to Celi's Hangout, episode 56. Yeah. Where are my clappers at? I'm supposed to hear episode 56 with the trade series. I just want to, before I go right into it, I want to just do a shameless little plug. Today was an amazing day, and I'm gonna let you in on the secret when you watch Celi's Hangout Confessions. So make sure you stay tuned for the next episode of Celi's Hangout Confessions. Anyway, back to the show, back to the important people. So who we have on the show today is the trade series, and a little bit about it. If you didn't already read about it, this is why you're here, because the trade series explores the world of the sex industry. A handful of desperate people's lives intertwine as they play their respective parts in this dark and dirty place where sex rules and green is the only color that matters. From prostitution, human trafficking, to porn, the series follows the lives of a photojournalist, a young prostitute, a crisis counselor, and 2 vice cops and a flamboyant pimp. My goodness. There's a lot going on in this series, and I have the pleasure of having the creatives on the show and some of the cast on the show, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce some of the guys that are on here. So say hello. I have Michael Pinckney on the show. He's the director and the writer.
Yeah, go Mark, go Mark.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
And I also have the beautiful and wonderful producer of the show, Cara Ford. Cara, how are you today? I know you have to unmute yourself so you can say hello to the people. No, I can't hear you. You're still muted. You have to unmute yourself. Well,
hi everybody. I muted myself.
Oh, there you go. We have one of the star actresses of the show. Prentice is in the house. Hi, Prentice.
Hi, how are you?
Baby girl. We have Shakura in the house as well.
Yeah, what up, Shakura? I see you.
We have Tobias, who made it. We were scared there for a second. You had us sweating. And we have Daniel here as well, checking in with us on Celi's Hangout. Hey, Daniel. So I'm so excited. The whole gang is here. So I just want to kick off the show by, just by that blurb, the bio. I just have to go ahead and ask Michael, how, why, when, and where did you come up with the idea of choosing this subject matter? I mean, of course, it's a very important subject matter. But as a filmmaker, you have a whole array of subject matters to tackle, and you can choose any of them. Why did you choose this subject matter at this time as a filmmaker to tell this story?
Well, I came across an article online about domestic trafficking a year ago. And I was struck by the article, which led me to another article, which led me to another article. It led me to a bunch of videos, so I thought it was really fascinating that this world existed that I wasn't aware of. So for 2 weeks I delved into this world. I did some research, and I was prompted to start writing something. I didn't know where it would go, but I just started writing.
Wow. So it's just like it just impacted you. And so how did you work with Cara? Cara, as a producer, what made you say, okay, I'm going to sign on board, I'm going to do this? Like, how did that come together?
Well, I saw the projects he was working on, and before I spoke to him, I saw this project, and I honestly hoped that that was the one that we would work together on, because it is important. It's something that has bothered me. I also wanted to make sure that I worked on something that would contribute in some way. I mean, it's great to be entertained, but to help in some way, to me, is even better. And Michael's project was just the right project for me at the right time. And he was the right person for me to work with.
Yes, as artists, the call, I believe now more than ever, our call as artists is to bring together how to educate and entertain. The baton has passed on to this generation. There is a call to action. So thank you to you guys for answering the call. And Michael, did you know any, I mean, you said you ran into this article, so I take it, did you know a lot about this? How did you create this world of characters and this life that's in this world if you didn't know that much about it? Like, how did you start, like, doing the research?
You know, there's a ton of research, there's a ton of videos for people, survivors, you know, a lot of content, you know, that you can, so I just kind of got into the world. I read about, you know, the people that were in the world, the pimps, the traffickers, the girls, and, you know, I read about the photojournalist world and what that means to be a photojournalist, having to take photographs of pain and suffering and not being able to intervene. That's where Daniel's character comes from, is someone that, you know, does something really good, but, you know, can feel a lot of pain from doing it. And I researched a lot about pimps and just the culture, and I thought these three people coming together, you know, connecting, you know, would be really interesting. And I just was in this world, and I just once you get in it, it's just fascinating, and it goes so, it's so much material out there in this world. So I just kind of, you know, I went in the world, went in the rabbit hole.
Yes. I mean, for those out there checking out Celi's Hangout that might have not been able to have the pleasure yet of checking out the trade, I just want to say I had the pleasure of being in New York and checking out the private screening in New York. And so I'm very happy for what you guys are doing, and I'm even more excited to have the pimp, the photojournalist, the prostitute, and one of the pimp workers all here on the show to talk about it. And actors, please dive in and tell me, when you get a script like this, with a subject matter like this, is it intimidating at all? Like, what was your process, like, when you read it? What were your initial thoughts, like, as soon as you looked at the page? Like, tell me, what came to your mind? Anybody
Well,
can jump in.
well, for me, I wasn't really intimidated. I was just really excited because you don't get to see this. You don't get to see a role like baby girl for a young girl, a young African American girl on top of that. So for me, it wasn't really intimidating as much as it was exciting and everything. And I just wanted to make sure when I auditioned for the role, and when I got the role, I just wanted to make sure I did it correctly and I did it right.
Yeah, I feel just like Prentice feels. Actually, when I read the script, I was really excited because the role was actually my role. I play a pimp called Goldie. It was written for a male, so that was even more exciting. So I was just ready to just bite right into it.
Well, for me, you know, I think for me it was just going through the audition process and, you know, really wanting to work with Boogie and, you know, just as an actor in New York, how we're always on the move and stuff. When I got a chance to dig into somebody like Tyson, it was a fun ride. It was something that I thought that I wanted to, you know, grab a hold of and bring to life. You know, characters, they don't come that often. So when you get a chance to actually do what you love, you know, you gotta dive in no matter what the subject matter is. You know, try not to judge the character or the script that way. But I just knew that with you know, with Boogie and Cara and the work that they put together, that I knew that, you know, we were on to something. So that was a big inspiration for myself to get involved, and then meeting all the other actors and everything they brought to the table was just an amazing experience. So that's how I felt about things.
I wasn't necessarily intimidated. I thought it was challenging. I thought the subject matter was challenging. My whole process was just break it down into the simplest form. I play a guy who's really just trying to find his daughter, who is in peril. And, you know, we all have people who we love, and, you know, putting those people that we care about into those kind of situations. In terms of the acting process, I thought it was really helpful and to just try to tell the story. I just kept it really simple, and I tried to carry out Dalton's objective, really, in trying to find his daughter.
So we have the script. The actors got it. The actors aren't intimidated. They're excited. But as director, writer, producer, crew, everyone, how do we get from script to screen? What were some of the challenges and or triumphs that you guys faced throughout this journey of bringing it now to the public? Because now, I mean, you guys had your New York screening, and this Wednesday here in LA, you guys are having a private screening here in LA.
Yeah.
That the LA folks now get to have the pleasure of checking out what the trade series is. And if guys, you didn't get the private invite, no worries. Celihangout will be live periscoping at the event on Wednesday. So you can watch live and see a little bit about what's going on. So no worries.
All right. That's nice.
So what was the journey like for you guys?
We'll say that again?
Well, I was saying, like, from script to screen, how did that happen? You know, what were some of the triumphs and or challenges that you guys faced during that journey?
I mean, one of the first tough one was finding the actors. You know, I was lucky enough to find some really, we didn't have a lot of time, and all the characters are so distinct. You know, they're all so strong individually. You know, so that took some time to find the right people, and it was amazing to really find people that were perfect for the role, which is really tough, you know. So that was to me that was the first hurdle, to find actors that could bring these characters to life, and we did that. And then it was shooting it, you know. That was also challenging, having 2 days, 2.5 days to shoot, you know. I
said, tell them. I mean, that was a challenge. I thought, you know, we were in the snow, the freezing cold, right on the water at Coney Island. That was
in the winter
a challenge in itself. You know,
it was in the elements.
Time frame. You know, we created a lot of magic in a short amount of time, so that's always a challenge in itself. You know, and
what was the shooting schedule? What was the shooting schedule? How many days did you guys have?
Like 2 days and maybe 4 hours.
Yeah. 2.5.
Not even a half a day. Like 2.5 days. Yeah, 2.5 days.
You guys did that in 2 days?
Yep.
And you didn't see the 22-minute pilot presentation version. There's 22 minutes of it. So we was moving, you know, and it was cold.
I have a question for Cara in that case. 2 days as a producer, a lot of folks out there may not even know or understand what a producer does. So talk to me about, and then I want everyone else to kind of talk about what the hangout on set was like. Like, what were those 2 days like?
They were stressful, very stressful. But, you know, my job as a producer is to make sure that the director has all the parts he needs, meaning the cast, the crew, the locations, the sets, the props, everything that he needs to see that vision come to life. And once you have everything together, then you have to hope that everything goes off without a hitch. That never happens. There's always something that goes wrong. And seriously, our major hitch was the snowstorm of 2015, when we pulled up to our first shooting location of the day and found out that we no longer had access. So we shot in the snow. We had craft out of the trunk of my car, and after we finished shooting the outdoor scenes in that location, we drove. How far did we drive, Michael? How long was that drive? Like 45 minutes? Was it an hour?
I think Michael's.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Shakura, you remember how long that drive was? Was it 45 minutes, like an hour?
It seemed like
an hour.
Great conversation, but it was a drive.
Yeah. In the snow. In the snow, it was a blizzard. Blizzard conditions on the highway from Brooklyn to Queens to a hotel that we could shoot the rest of the day in. It was crazy, but you know what? We got it done.
Yeah, you guys definitely pulled it off.
We were all pulled up in that one little hotel room because we were shooting in the other one, and everybody just brought it. I mean, I'm so proud of this cast and crew, ultimate professionals. Everybody brought their A game to the set, and I couldn't be more pleased.
That's awesome. So actors, I mean, talk to me about your 2-day process. I mean, What was hanging out on set like? How do you delve into these complicated, into this really twisted, dark world? I mean, it's different when you're doing like a really happy go lucky comedy, but this is like really dark and twisted. So how did you guys get into it?
When you have comfort on set, I think you're capable of doing anything really. And when you have the kind of support that we had on set, ranging from the producers, the director, the crew, of course, you're capable of doing anything to create what you believe in.
That's awesome. That says a lot about Miss Carr over there. You created
It wasn't me. I don't work alone. There was a whole crew there with me. Not to mention Michael as a director. His set is very calm. It's chill. His set is very chill. I don't care what's going on. The atmosphere is chill. Everybody is relaxed. Even when the scenes get tense, like Shakura's scene with Maite, that was really tense, and everybody was kind of tensed up every time we had to do it. But it was still a chill set. It was still good.
And I want to piggyback on Cara about the professionalism on set. I definitely agree with that. It was awesome, and the acting, in terms of Mike's casting, it was, I must say, really excellent. That scene that Cara's talking about, I actually did the scene with another actress who's not on the shot. Her name is Nate Hernandez, and in terms of the process, she was such a good actor, and our chemistry was it was amazing. So, between like the two of us, we really made magic. I know it sounds cliche, but it's so true.
That's true. That's true. I say, from the comfort on the set, but then just, Boogie leading us, making sure that we knew what we were doing. And then I think, just everybody, as far as actors, we all did the work, knowing what our objectives were, why we're there. I think that's what really, brings it to life. And especially in a short amount of time is just, diving in and really doing the work, breaking down the scenes. Prentice doing her thing. She's, she has this quiet power about her. D over there, he's got this, he just got all this creative flow with him, and I just think everybody we got a chance to do the work, we got a chance to spend this time in an intimate space, and that's where all the magic was really created. We were able to be comfortable with ourselves, but when it was time to hit, everybody did their job, and that's what you see on the screen. It wasn't a lot of time to to do it over again, and Boogie knows exactly what he wants. That's what we call him Boogie Vision, because he's like, all right, don't do it again. He tells you, and you got to trust this. It's a creative flow that you got to trust. So, and, working with Prentice, she's that quiet storm, she's beautiful. And, I just think that we, as actors, we all really took the job seriously, and I hope that the people really get a chance to see this. I hope that it comes to life. I hope that everyone out there who hasn't gotten a chance, or you're out there in LA, you need to get to the screening to check it out, because it's a hit, and it's a story that needs to be told. It's a story that people don't really talk about that often. I'm glad that we're here, at Cecil's Hangout, talking about it. This is a real strong subject matter, it needs to be addressed.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that actually Mike, he decided to, use me as a female, as a pimp. Like I said, he originally wrote it for a male, so, hats off to Mike.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great because we have so many stereotypical assumptions of what this world is like, and when we think pimp, we definitely do think men, but definitely gender roles are changing, sexuality has changed a lot, and so of course there has to be female pimps out there, so it's like really capturing, and having the vision to capture the authenticity of this world,
I see you.
I see you too. That's my homeboy, my pimp. My player, we both the players on the set.
We're going to do it again, too, watch.
No doubt.
I definitely wanted to ask Boogie, with this vision, what do you hope that folks will take away from this series after they watch it?
I mean, this is just a tip of the iceberg. This is just the appetizer because, you know, to me, there's a long, I got a long game plan in play. And even speaking to, you know, Shakura and about her playing a pimp in this world, you know, women are recruiters. You know, women play a big part in trafficking because they can recruit young girls a lot easier than men. So that's a big part of, you know, what this world is. So that was when I saw her. We go to the same school, went to the same alma mater. I was like, this is perfect. But anyway, but I think this is just a piece of the puzzle that I want. This is a TV series, you know, that I think will be perfect for what's happening in terms of getting the word out there about this world and educating people as well as entertaining them. It's a fascinating world. There's fascinating, deep characters. Nobody's really a villain. To me, everybody, there's an element of redemption. You know, everybody needs redeeming, whether it's a pimp, whether it's a photojournalist, whether it's the prostitute. They all are redeeming characters. Kind of like how do people get to this place? You know, I wanted to make them three-dimensional characters, and I see, that's why I'm in LA. I'm showing it in LA, not just this. That's why I'm not calling it an LA launch, because it's not an LA launch. There was only a New York launch. This is a private screening because primarily this is, an industry screening. This is to get the deal made.
Yeah.
So this is for those people. These are for people that, and you have to come and do it for them. You have to come to them. Ultimately, that's it. So this is the other part of that plan. That long-term goal. So when I come back to New York, I'll just say, okay,
tell us, Boogie,
get ready. Get ready. Block out these 2-3 months.
We want to know, Boogie.
Exactly. So that's ultimately the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal, and why we're here, and why we positioned it how we positioned it, why we shot it the way we shot it, why I had to cast real actors versus just casting actors and shooting something. I had to make sure that everybody had to be TV ready. Everybody has to be, if they say go, everybody's ready. Everybody can pull their weight on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? So these are all strong thespians. So there's no real weak links here. So I had all of that in mind when I laid this out.
That's so true. No weak links.
You gotta love it when your director gives you such great compliment like that. I just want to ask, so then how can folks continue to follow the journey of the trade series? Okay, Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, this private screening in LA. You can follow at Celihangout on Periscope to get a behind the scenes of what's going on there. But then, how can folks continue to follow what's next? How can they support? If this is a subject matter that means something to me, I'm sitting at home, I'm watching Celi's Hangout, and I'm like, ooh, I want to support Boogie's vision in bringing the trade series to life. How can folks do that?
Well, actually, you tell her, Cara.
We have a Facebook page. Our Facebook page is The Trade the Movie. We have a Twitter. Our Twitter is The Trade Series. We have an Instagram. Our Instagram is The Trade TV Series. You can also check us out individually. We're all connected on all social media, so if you can find the Trade page, you can also find each one of us. We do have, under wraps, we have 2 New York screenings coming up in October. I'm not at liberty to say which festivals yet, but it will be open to the public. I can't. I'm bound. I don't want to disqualify us. We've come this far. I'm not disqualifying us. Not happening. But
I got my pimp hat ready to wear to the premieres.
You what?
I got my pimp hat ready to cock it to the side to wear to one of those premieres.
Okay, get all your best duds together because it's happening. It's happening. You'll be able to follow and catch and see the whole thing and support, and yeah, it's happening.
That's awesome. I just want to give a shout out to folks who are hanging out with us live right now.
What's up?
I want to give a shout out to Kirshen, who's a fellow Celi Hangout guest. He's been on the show before. And Kirshen says he's like one of the biggest fans of the trade. He says amazing job to everyone. And he has a question for Baby Girl. How was it for your first film, or was it your first film, to clarify?
I I've done a lot of smaller films with a lot of smaller characters. So this was definitely my first major character where I had to put in a little bit more work and just do a little bit more research. So, I mean, I was a little nervous in terms of that, but I was also just really excited and everything because, like everyone already said, like the cast was great, the crew was great, the writing was great, the producing was great. So, like, I was in good hands, and everyone definitely like took care of me. So, I was nervous, but I did it. So, you know.
Yeah, you definitely did a phenomenal job. You really
Yeah.
captured the naivety of what it means to, like Boogie was saying, those girls are kind of just brought into that world, and some aren't by choice, you know, and some it's like by choice without knowing it's by choice. You know, they kind of like, there's this psychological mental manipulation that happens, and you were able to capture that innocence of just kind of like, it was very well done. Kudos to everyone. You guys did all an awesome job. I really like praying for you guys that it gets picked up and that, you know, all your careers take off and goes to a whole new level. So we're just going to speak that. We're going to speak, and then I'll be able to say, oh, I had them on Celi's Hangout.
Yeah.
Keeping my fingers crossed.
Hey, family. I'm so sorry.
It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
Hey, Carla, Boogie, Prentice, Daniel, Shakur, I have to roll out. So I just want to send my love to you guys, you know. But, you know, the brother man is working. I'm down here in Atlanta right now about to breathe some life into something else. But my heart is with the trade. And, you know, I love you guys. But I really got to step out. Yeah. And, you know, follow us. Follows the trade. Facebook us. Instagram us. Follow
and I see your shirt. I see the shirt you got on.
The vision. Boogie's vision, the trade. I wish I could show you the back, but it got the backers on there too. But, you know, follow the trade. Get on the bus now. Either get on or get under. You know what I'm saying? But I love you guys, and I'm out.
Thanks, Tobias.
No days off.
See, the work begets work. I mean, the brother man's busy. He's working. He got to go off to do his thing. But you can follow him on Twitter as well. I think I'm going to make sure that
Tobias 411.
Yes, Tobias 411.
Just find no days off. That's him.
I don't even know what 411 is. I was like, I thought I'd be hip, you know, Tobias 411, you know, info. They don't even know what 411 is. Anyway, I love y'all, and I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Thanks, Tobias.
Bye.
Tobias.
All right.
So yeah, that's a way that you guys can continue to follow at the Trade Series on Twitter. You can follow Tobias at Tobias411. Guys, who else is on the panel? Because we're coming to a close here at Celi's Hangout. Let the folks know out there how they can follow you personally and follow your acting career and your journey and what's going on with you. So yeah, how can folks stay tuned on what's going on with you guys?
Well, you can check me on IMDb, Shukura, SHUKURA, also on Twitter, capital S, capital H, lowercase u, KURA.
Awesome.
You can follow me on Facebook, Prentice Marquis, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Prentice Haley.
You can follow me on my website, DanielO'BrienActor.com. Also on Facebook, Daniel O'Brien, and just a recent bit of news. I got married back in August. I got married on the 1st. So,
all right.
So I've been really enjoying. It's the greatest thing, and you know, I got to marry my best friend and the love of my life. So just putting that out there. But in terms of the trade, anybody out there who's listening, please support us. We would love to continue the stories of characters.
Hot show, very hot show.
Who else didn't go?
You can find me at Bohochick Productions. On Twitter, it's Bohochick Prod. So the Productions is just shortened. It's Bohochick Prod. On Facebook, it's Cara Ford. Right now it says Cara Ford Jeffers. That's in honor of my stepfather who passed away this year. I said Twitter, right?
Yes.
Facebook. On Instagram, and I'm not sure of my Instagram name, but if you find me on the other two, that's good.
And Michael, how can folks stay tuned on your visions?
Well, you can on Twitter. You can find me at Black Noise Media. On Instagram is at Boogie Vision. On Facebook is Black Noise Media / The Trade / Black Noise Media fan page, and you can also, of course, go to the website blacknoismedia.com. And in Bed-Stuy, you can check me out, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
So again, guys, if you have been under a rock, don't know what's going on, and aren't necessarily in tune to what's going on in the indie world or in the film world, be tuned right here on Celi's Hangout. We're always inspiring and empowering artists and having global conversations about what's important and having a voice. So we tonight had a voice with The Trade. Make sure that you support. Again, this Wednesday they will be having a private screening here in Los Angeles, and you can follow at Celihangout on Periscope. We will be periscoping live from the event. And if you're on the East Coast and missed their screening in New York, they're having 2 more screenings in October in New York, so make sure you follow them at the Trade Series so you can be the first to know where it's at so you don't miss out. Like Tobias said, get on the train now before you miss it. So I just want to say thank you so much to you guys for coming on the show and spreading the word and join the trade. I have my shirt. I should have worn it for the show, but see what happened. Laundry happened this week. It's okay. But I will be representing with my shirt on Wednesday. So, I got you guys. I got you.
Thank you, Celi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. And I will see you guys soon. Make sure to watch the next episode of Celi's Hangout, Confessions of an Actor. I got some big news coming up.